education about sustainable agriculture. We have all kinds of educational programming. We're in the schools. We do evening events. This year we're doing Food Democracy 2020, which is an evening panel to galvanize the food movement for civic engagement and community organizing. So check it out on our website. We have a team of wonderful culinary volunteers that supports this. You can always come out and volunteer. We are really, really excited today to continue our partnership with La Cocina. If you don't know who or what they are, please look them up. They're incredible. We have Guadalupe Moreno here to demonstrate some of her amazing recipes. And I'm going to let Sarah introduce her and talk a little bit about La Cocina. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Ave. Hey, good morning, everyone. So my name is Sarah Quadri. I'm the Marketplace Manager here at La Cocina. For those who don't know too much about La Cocina, it's an organization that started in the Mission District almost 15 years ago. And we work to support immigrants and women to formalize their food businesses. Guadalupe is a program participant, and she'll also be part of the Marketplace that will be opening in the Tenderloin later this year. And actually, I'll have Cynthia tell you a little bit more about their family and their business, but I'll tell you a little bit about the Marketplace right now. So again, it'll be in the Tenderloin in the corner of Golden Gate and Hyde, and 7 of our program participants will have individual kiosks where they'll be selling food every day. So an opportunity for you to go ahead and meet them, enjoy their food on a regular basis. And that should be opening late spring and definitely in the summer, so we'll look forward to seeing you then. And I'll actually pass it over to Cynthia to tell you more about Mi Morena.
So this is Guadalupe Moreno. She's actually my mom. We immigrated from Mexico City about like 19, 20 years ago. So we've been here, and she started like the cooking business just to like basically give us a better life for myself and for my two little brothers. We focus on Mexico City cuisine. Basically, she focuses on like a lot of like different type of fillings. So they're mostly like stews, so it's a little bit more traditional to what you get in your like regular country in San Francisco. So we really want to like share flavors and like the culture of where we come from.
Oh, she has a, yeah, you can just translate after she, yeah.
I'll be translating this morning.
Bilingual demo.
Yeah.
Bueno, hola, buenos días. Esta mañana vamos a traigo dos recetas muy simples, pero espero que les guste. Vamos a cocinar huevos a la mexicana. Para esta receta necesitamos 4 huevos. Vamos a partir.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This morning we're going to cook 2 different recipes, super easy, and we're going to start. First step, you're going to need 4 eggs, and you're going to like crack them open.
Vamos a poner tapitas en el huevo.
You're going to add a little bit of salt,
Luego lo vamos a abrir.
and then you're going to whisk the egg with a fork.
Bueno, ya tenemos los huevos. En el sartén ya tenemos el huevo. En el sartén vamos a ponerle tantito aceite para sazonar.
You're going to put a medium skillet in medium heat, and you're going to add a little bit of oil.
Vamos a sazonar el tomate ya picado,
We're going to have 2 tomatoes chopped,
cebolla,
squares, as well as half an onion.
le vamos a poner tantita sal nada más para que le dé sabor.
You're going to add a little bit of salt just for it to like, give it a little bit of flavor.
Vamos a esperar a que eso sazone para poderle poner el huevo.
And you're going to start stirring it, and for it to start caramelizing and
Le
find her cuisine and all her dishes that she will be cooking like this morning, like the one was con a la mexicana and the other was con queso. She's really excited about it. She's been waiting for it for a long time, just to have something of her own. She has worked really hard all her life. She actually started cooking when I was born, so we're going back to like 1990. I'm giving out my age. But yeah, she basically like did it as a medium to like get money for the family, right? Really young, having a daughter, it wasn't like an easy path. So she needed like a medium to just like bring in money. So one of the easiest ways to do that was to like basically like cook food and sell it on the streets to people. So here we are now with a food truck and planning on opening our own place very soon.
Ya le vamos a poner el polvo.
Now you're gonna add the egg.
Ya está sazonado el jitomate y el...
Once you add the egg, you're going to stir, make sure you mix it with the onions and the tomatoes.
Ya cuando le pusimos el huevo lo vamos a bajar a fuego lento para que eso lo mantenga, que le salga solito el huevo y no se quede.
And after you stir the eggs with the tomatoes and onions, you're going to go ahead and put the lid over and go ahead and put it into like a real low flame so you can let it sit.
Así esperamos por 5 minutos y ya está listo el huevo. Para este guisado le podemos poner chile, sí, le podemos poner chile serrano, pero luego no lo puse porque es muy picoso, para ustedes es muy picoso. Para esto le podemos poner chile morrón, que es un chile que no pica.
Usually for this dish, you add either jalapeno or serrano chili. One of the reasons she didn't add it today is because it gets really spicy. So you can also like substitute it with bell peppers as well. So you just want to give it a little flavor. You want to, like take the seeds out, like take the veins out. That way, like it's not super spicy. And she will demonstrate how to do that as well.
Who likes spicy in the audience? Who likes sort of mild?
Okay.
Who likes no spice at all? All right, so we got a spicy-ish crowd. Un poco de pica?
Looks like.
It's really good this time of year. It keeps you warm,
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely. I can smell the chili. It's really spicy.
And we went around this morning and got all this at the farmer's market. So all these things you can find behind us and to the sides. Even epazote, Oya Farms right over here grows it, which is sacred herb in Mexico. It's really delicious. If you've never tried cooking with fresh epazote, because you'll always find it dried, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, after you start the chilies, just go ahead and add them to the egg and just let it cook. You will find a lot of food recipes using epazote. It's a Mexican herb like widely used in a lot of like the different dishes that we cook. And it just gives the food a completely different flavor. It just takes them from like 0 to 100. And then you can smell all the onions, the egg. And I think the thing about like the recipes this morning is that it only takes a couple of ingredients. It's like go ahead and have like a beautiful dish early in the morning.
How many people made scrambled eggs this morning? Nobody?
Scrambled eggs this morning?
How many people like to eat eggs often? For breakfast, lunch, dinner, frittata? Yeah.
So now
Really
you have,
easy.
yeah, super easy.
It's better if Guadalupe does it for you, though. Right?
Ya está listo. Espero que les guste. Okay.
Don't forget to help me.
And she said it's ready and we're going to try it soon. So we'll bring out samples in a little minute. You can clear that?
Super easy. It takes less than 2 minutes to do it. with probably a lot of the ingredients that you already have in your pantry, correct?
Vamos a seguir con el segundo que son hongos con queso.
And now we're going to move on to the second one. We're going to be making hongos con queso, which is mushrooms with cheese.
Para eso necesitamos
You're going to need, depending on how many servings you're doing, if it's like for about 3 to 4 people, depending on how much you need, you're going to need a pound of button, mushrooms. You can always like substitute it with like any other mushrooms that are tasty, but we normally we just make them with the button mushrooms. And you're also going to like need chopped onions.
Para eso vamos a necesitar cebolla picada en cuadritos,
You're going to need about half an onion, chopped square,
Into quarters?
into small squares.
Into small squares?
Yeah, into small squares. Guadelupe. Learning new Spanish words here.
It's a team effort. They wish they had smell-o-vision at home because it smells so good.
Oh, so good. I'm getting hungry.
This is a great onion cutting technique. Do people know how to cut onions? You make like a little grid so that you can get the same size little tiny pieces.
I think, yeah.
You need a
I
sharper
have it.
knife.
I think you need
Yeah.
a sharper knife.
We always accept donations. Yeah.
vamos a ponerle al sartén, vamos a ponerle aceite.
You're going to do about 2 tablespoons of oil into your pan.
Para eso le vamos a poner la cebolla, que se sazone.
And then you're going to go ahead and add the onion.
Enseguida le vamos a poner el hongo viene entero, pero lo vamos a partir en slice.
You got it? Alrighty, next you're going to go ahead and chop or slice your mushrooms.
Así tiene que quedar el hongo, lo vamos a agregar después de la cebolla.
You go ahead and add the mushrooms.
Just the onion, yeah.
Y por último el secreto. Vamos a picar el pasote.
And lastly, you're going to go ahead and add
Y
the
se lo vamos a
epazote.
agregar a los hongos.
You're going to go ahead and add it to the, you're going to finely chop the epazote,
Sal al gusto
add salt to taste,
y los vamos a tapar. También es muy rápido, por 5 minutos para que el hongo se cambie de color. Cuando cambie de color es porque ya está.
you're going to go ahead and put the lid on the mushrooms and just let it simmer. Once you do that, you're going to... Can you hear me now? I'm not really used to like speaking with a microphone. As you can tell. Yeah, after, go ahead and stir the... it might be the table actually. It's
Yeah,
not me.
it's not you.
It's not me, I promise. So you're going to go ahead and just put the lid on the pan, and you're going to like let it simmer for about 5 minutes. You're going to like go ahead and let the mushrooms like let all the liquids out, and then after that you're going to like go ahead and take the lid off, and then just like let it simmer until like it absorbs all the the liquid evaporates again. So you can smell when you smell it right now. That's the episode. It's like really aromatic. It's really wonderful flavors in there as well.
These mushrooms are from Far West Fungi. They're little buttons.
Y por último le vamos a agregar queso. Hay yo traje 2 quesos, es mozzarella y Oaxaca, pero le vamos a poner Oaxaca, que es el que le da más sabor.
Too hot? A little bit. So after the mushrooms are done, we're gonna add to the cheese, right? So you can either have it if you're vegan, you don't have to add any cheese, but if you're vegetarian or you want to add a little more flavor, you can add cheese. We have two different cheeses today. We have the regular mozzarella cheese, and then we have queso Oaxaca, which is like a Mexican Oaxacan cheese, like more like a creamy, which will be out here. It has a lot more flavor, so we're going to like go ahead and do that today. And the cheese is also sourced from Cowgirl's Creamery.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just find it over here as well.
Cowgirl Creamery, Oaxacan cheese. And is that mozzarella cheese?
And this one is mozzarella cheese.
If you haven't had Cowgirl Creamery cheese, it's some of the best in the world. It's just incredible. Grass-fed milk from cows on pasture, and you can really taste it in the fat content. Very creamy and flavorful. Sabroso. Es muy sabroso.
Smell it, I'm so hungry.
So why did you choose these two today?
Las escogí porque es sencillo y lo pueden comer en el desayuno y en la
She picked these two recipes today because they are super easy to make, very few ingredients, and you can eat it for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner as well. So basically, or both, yeah. We have leftovers. So one, the chips, you're gonna go ahead and put it in a plate, and you can either just like eat it like this, or you can eat it in a quesadilla or a taco, or
Y por último vamos a hacer unas tortillas.
amazing. And actually, we're gonna make handmade corn tortillas as well today. You're gonna get the 101 on how to make a tortilla.
And we're gonna pass out some samples for delicious tacos right now.
So I think one of the keys to make it a really good tortilla is to have your pan or
If you're watching live, you can't smell it, but it's good.
to have to be like very hot, and also like make sure that you cut it with a layer of oil. That way, like your tortillas won't stick.
La tortilla, la masa aquí la compré en la carne es orgánica. Para esto le vamos a poner tantita sal para poder hacer las bolitas y tantita agua para poderla amasar, que tenga una textura que yo la pueda hacer manejar.
The masa is actually was bought from the farmer's market as well. Ave, do you know where the masa was?
Yeah, Tierra Vegetables in the back. They have great corn and chiles, and they make masa, and they make mole and hot sauce. You gotta check it out.
Yeah, definitely. And it's organic as well. So organic corn. Masa is usually just like the dough that you use to make the tortillas. And it's completely all corn, like no flour, so it's basically gluten-free as well. Basically what you want to do when you grab your masa, you want to like add a little bit of water and add salt. So actually you start, just like nourishing the dough. And once you do that, you want to like make sure that it's the texture that is manageable for you to be able to like handle the masa and just make those little balls for the tortillas.
Por eso vamos a agarrar una pequeña bolita, porque los vamos a hacer chiquitas, pero vamos a hacer
So you're gonna go ahead and grab a piece of the dough and just make a small ball with your hands.
Aquí está la bolita, la vamos a poner en la máquina con los hules.
And you're gonna also use.
She makes it look easy, but that little ball making technique is
It takes a while.
practice.
Also, you want to like make sure that you have either plastic or just like if you can like wet a Ziploc bag, box paper, so the tortillas don't stick to the tortilla maker.
La vamos a aplastar, nosotros le vamos a dar el tamaño y el grueso que queramos de la tortilla.
With the tortilla maker, basically how much you press, it's basically how thick your tortilla is going to be. So you want to like make sure if you want like thicker tortillas, then like don't press it too much. If you want thinner tortillas, go ahead and just like keep on pressing until you get the size that you want.
And you can never duplicate the texture of a hand press. The ones you buy at the store that are super flat, it's because you have these big pins rolling them out, right? So these are always going to be a little bit thicker and a little more toothsome, and they're just so much more delicious, you can tell.
They really are. And you also want to like make sure that you put a little bit of oil on your plastic, so like that way like the dough doesn't get.
También le podemos poner aceite al sartén que vamos a usar para que no se pegue la masa.
So like I mentioned before, you can also like add the oil into your pan so the tortillas will stick. So you're gonna go ahead and just like lightly grease the plastic as well, so that will be like a lot easier to like get the tortillas out. How's the food, everyone? It's amazing,
Everybody got
right?
the samples, yeah. Looks
Good.
super good and cheesy. What is your favorite thing your mom makes?
I would have to say that my favorite dish is nopales con huevo.
Oh, yeah.
So it's basically like really similar to what you had today, the huevos a la mexicana, but instead of like tomatoes and onions, you actually boil and chop cactus. I know a lot of people don't really eat cactus, but it's amazing. Ever since I was growing up, I would just like go to the mercados, which are like the farmers markets in Mexico, and just grab like a big nopal without even cooking, and I would just like take the thorns out, and I would just like bite into it and just like start eating it. It's super healthy. It has a lot of like vitamins and minerals in it. And once you actually cook it, it just takes the flavor to like a completely different level, and it's really tasty.
The texture
Yeah,
is
the
my favorite
texture is
part.
really
It's-
tasty.
yeah.
Yeah. And once you mix it with eggs, it's the best.
You can make salsa or pickle it.
Oh, yeah.
Oya also has those.
You can make tortillas out of nopal as well. Yeah, basically just like mix it with your masa. You can have it in salads. You can make ensalada de nopales, which is like a cactus salad.
Así queda la tortilla ya hecha.
And you want to like make sure, sorry, I'm gonna get here. Once you put your tortillas in it, you want to like make sure you flip them over. You want to like make sure that you don't let one of the sides fry, because if you do that, then your tortilla will not come out as good. So you want to like make sure that as soon as the sides start like to left from the pan, you want to like go ahead and flip it to the other side, so you can actually like give it like a full the full
Cooking time.
yeah, like the full cooking time. And you want to like make sure that you keep flipping it until the tortillas actually kind of like expand. It's almost like when you're making bread, and like you see how like the dough rises. It's the same thing with the tortillas. You want to like make sure to do that.
And they get just a little golden brown on each side. You can just smell and tell that they're done. This corn is really amazing too. It's heirloom corn. I got the yellow, but there's blue, red. They have all kinds of different heirloom corns. And the more you look into corn, it's such an amazing staple of the Mexican diet, the Mesoamerican diet, all the way back for centuries. Our people have co-evolved with corn. So it's really sacred, like that pazote. And if you check out Tierra in the back and look at the blue or the red, it's just gorgeous.
So yeah, blue corn is really good as well. A lot of different flavors in it as well.
Minerals in it.
Yeah, it's super rich as well. So corn is good.
Corn is good.
Corn is good.
Do you want Sarah to say a little bit about
Yeah.
the book? And
Yeah, for sure.
Bringing back Sarah.
Yeah, hey! All right, so I want to just tell you a little bit about the La Cocina cookbook, which you see right in front of you. I'm so sorry that there's not more copies, but this book is a project that was born from an idea from our two directors, Caleb and Leticia Landa, who wanted to continue to tell the stories of our entrepreneurs in different ways. This idea started maybe like 10 years ago, and through a partnership with Chronicle Books, we were able to go ahead and publish this book last year. And so it's actually available here at the bookstore in the Ferry Building and also online. But what it is it's stories of 40 of the entrepreneurs who have current program participants and also graduates. And it really tells the stories, obviously, of their food and all of their delicious recipes, but really about them. And that's really what we do at La Cocina. Obviously, we support immigrants and women to formalize their food businesses, but it's not just kind of like a quick process. We really do establish that relationship and become a family. And so you'll be, if you do get to enjoy this book, you'll be able to learn more about Lupe, her story, recipes from there. And so there's over 100 recipes from around the world for you to enjoy. But I just think it's a book, I mean, as much as it's a cookbook, it's also a story about all of these individuals. And I think there's something for everyone. So I would definitely encourage you to come and check it out after the demo. Flip through it. It's also at the bookstore, so check that out. But I think it should be part of your bookshelf. So there you go.
Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about your dinner series coming up with all
Yeah,
the chef collaborations?
Oh my goodness, why am I forgetting that? Yeah. So also something that La Cocina does is we, for International Women's Day, which is on March 8th, we celebrate that with a week of a dinner series. So we, in the past, I think it's been going on for 5 years. I apologize for not knowing that, but it's 8 nights of dinners where we pair a La Cocina program participant with another notable female chef in the Bay Area for them to go ahead and cook together and kind of come up with their own ideas and riff off of each other. So this year, in celebration of the opening of the marketplace, it's been we're focusing the Week of Women in Food on the 7 entrepreneurs who will be in the marketplace. So you can get to know them a little bit more. Information just went up on our website. Tickets are available. And there are different locations in San Francisco. And then Lupe will actually be hosting the last night, which is kind of like a celebration reception. So you'll get to see her again and get to know more about her food. But definitely check that out and ask any questions afterwards.
We're going to have some tortilla samples. There's just not a ton, but if people want to try, they can.
Tortilla samples.
Yeah. And I think we're almost wrapped up. Do you want to talk a little bit more about your business and how folks can come out and support you guys? Click on your website, follow your Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are on social media. Our handle is Mi Morena SF. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We do caterings as well. We also have a food truck right now. We do a lot of the off the grid. You can find us over at Civic Center Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we are also on Tenderloin as well. It will start over again for Mason in March, so you'll find us there on Friday nights as well. We're happy to start with La Cocina in Guadalupe food hall pretty soon. I believe we're aiming for May. So that's really exciting. That's coming up as well. Make sure you follow us. We normally post like our schedule for the food truck in there as well as we like give out tips and recipes in there in our story. So follow us. Any questions?
Anyway, so thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed that the tortillas that you serve the food with were crisp, and the ones you make are softer.
Correct.
Why the difference?
Yeah. Honestly, it was just like it would be a lot easier to just like have it crispy. That's actually a tostada. Have you ever had tostadas? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, what we had it was like a little chip. It was a tostada. So you can also have it with a tostada, or you can also just serve your huevos a la mexicana with like 7 pieces of rice in the morning. You have it like, or if you want to go for lunch, or you can like make it in like the fresh tortillas. Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, we focus on tacos and guisado. What is a taco and guisado? So basically, a taco and guisado is a taco of like a stew taco, right? So we make a variety of different stews, like mole and pollo, or we can make hongos con queso. We make nopales con huevo. We make bistec en salsa de morita, which is like a type of chili. So we make just like different stews, and then we make the corn, the handmade corn tortillas as well. So you go ahead and take your tortilla, and then you put like a base of like rice and beans, and then you top it up with your choice of your guisado. This is really like typical in Mexico. One's because it's really cheap. Basically, like street vendors like just source whatever is cheapest on the mercados, and then they'll come up with all these different guisados in order to like be able to like make a living out of it. So that's kind of the idea of it, and you'll find guisados like all around like Mexico City. You'll find them with people walking with their food containers, and you'll find them with people like on their bicycles with like different food containers and their salsas and tortillas ready to go, or you will find them in like little like the stands as well all around Mexico City. Someone had a question back there.
I do. First of all, the tortilla was delicious. They usually can't stand for tortilla. They're wonderful. How long do they keep that beautiful freshness after you've made them?
How long do the tortillas keep that freshness once you've made them?
I would say if you like cook them already,
Eat them.
if after basically,
They lose some of the buoyancy and the juiciness, and they will dry out. That's why they make them fresh like this. So you can steam them again, almost like a tamale, but
correct.
it's
Yeah, so I mean, a tortilla will definitely last you for about a day if you really put it in. You can put it in like a
they put towels
like a
around
towel
them
on
and
it,
keep it
so
warm.
just to like keep it fresh and keep it warm.
Or take it to lunch with you.
Correct.
Yeah.
You can also just put it in like wax paper and then like put it over like some aluminum foil that will like also just like keep it like nice and warm. But honestly, you just want like as soon as you make them, you want to eat them. You can definitely reheat them, but they will not be the same consistency, same flavor. Like the flavors will not be there.
Thank you.
Of course.
Any other questions?
Go ahead.
Oh, maybe in the back. Epazote?
Yeah, of course.
Can you explain epazote and if there's a substitute, how we can find it?
You can find it over here.
At
Of
Oya.
course, at Oya's farmers market booth. But epazote is, it's really similar to like sage and what else is out there? Like a fresh bay leaves. It has a really unique flavor to it, but if you can find it, you can always substitute it with basil. You can use some basil, you can use some cilantro as well.
Or you can get the dried at the Mexican markets. I don't think there's a direct replacement for epazote. It is very special
It's
and
very unique.
unique.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. But you can definitely use like any other type of herb. You can use like sage, you can use basil, you can use cilantro.
Yeah, if you're doing a stew, it might be the hard dried herbs. If you're doing a guisado, it's more like the fresh herbs like cilantro. Yeah. Any other questions?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw in here it's about sustainable agriculture. So how do we practice the sustainability that we utilize?
That we utilize?
That we use, yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How? Okay, I think that's a question for me. We're the Center for Urban Education about Sustainable Agriculture. All of these farms use regenerative practices. They're organic. We partner with folks like La Cocina because they source from those farmers. So we're creating a local sustainable food chain. So what we do here for our food system is instead of using things that get flown around the world or maybe are grown conventionally with pesticides, everything here, you know the farmer, you know it came from within like a 180-mile radius. And the food's more delicious, it's better for you, it didn't travel. And so our entire nonprofit here is about sustainability and our local food system.
Yeah, and the ingredients that we take here, like mushroom and onion, so it's come directly from the farm.
It is, yeah. And we can tell you where we got all these things today if you want to go around. But like take a lap around the building, you'll see almost everything you could need.
Yeah, and how do we know is the ingredients there is safe to eat, to enjoy?
Anything here is certified in several different ways, and at the info desk they'll show you. It's organic, non-GMO, biodynamic, regenerative, sustainable ag. Like we have all kinds of different certifications. So everything in this market is safe to eat, which is a really special place to be, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, yeah. And please check out our website if you have any more questions. We are you know, somewhere you can trust, which is really nice because it's so confusing in the food system to find out where the good, clean, safe food is. That's why we do this. Thank you for your question. Yeah. Any other questions? Maybe for Guadalupe?
I was just going to ask you, is Mexican city cuisine what we would describe as Tex-Mex in the States? And if not, what makes it?
Yeah, definitely. I would say no. Tex-Mex, it's more of a mix of, it's really Americanized. Mexico City food is really unique, even from like other parts of Mexico. Mexico City, you'll find a lot of like street food. Like I mentioned before, a lot of the most delicious food comes from the street vendors, correct? And it's a lot of really resourceful dishes. Like I mentioned, you can basically like go find 3 or 4 different ingredients, and your grandma will come up with a beautiful, wonderful dish. So I think a lot of the food and the culture really comes from that. Just basically like grabbing anything and using things from scratch and provide very few ingredients, and everything is like fresh. And we'll normally have like chilaquiles and quesadillas, of course, in Mexico City, but they will be served and presented like completely different from what you get here.
Yeah. And that's why we're working with Guadalupe, because the way that food is sourced in Mexico is so different than the way food is sourced in Texas, right? So in Texas, you're getting like very bland things. You're getting a lot of like flour tortillas and processed cheese, and it's very heavy and lots of sauce. So that's not how the food is in Mexico. It's very ingredient driven. So like she was saying, maybe there's 4 or 5 things and they make a dish out of that. So we're really trying to shine the light on how elevated Mexican cuisine is, because it sort of gets a bad rap because it's sort of commodified by, you know, different groups. But it's really so fresh, delicious, bright, simple, ingredient-driven cuisine.
And actually, that's one of the reasons why we wanted to start food business here in San Francisco, because we just couldn't find any of the food that we're used to like eating, correct? A lot of people like go to like a taqueria, and like a lot of the food that was there was just like tacos and burritos, and it's like, we don't eat this. What is this, right? So we wanted like to like basically just like bring like a little piece of our culture, like of what like food out there in Mexico City is, and just like the tacos and guisado is only like one really small part of what we can actually offer. But with the years, it's a variety of like different dishes and stews. It was like a nice introduction to our culture.
Yeah, please come see all of her amazing recipes and get a taste of Mexico City, right?
Yeah.
All right, big round of applause. Thank you so much.